What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I just want to remind people that if you're not aware of this, my old channel, Too Raw for Sports, the original one, I'm no longer able to access that one. It's still available for videos as far as you want to look at them, but I haven't been able to upload on that channel for over 2 weeks now. So I had to create a secondary Too Raw for Sports channel. The difference is that the S is a $ at the end. I want to thank the nearly 1,800 people that have signed up to that channel so far. 30-something videos already up there. And I just want to thank everybody that has signed up to that channel so far. I'll put a link to that channel in the pinned comment in the comment section below in case you haven't subscribed to it yet. So just want to put it out there. So yesterday marked the debut of Kevin Durant as a Phoenix Sun. We hadn't seen Kevin Durant play since sometime in early January before he suffered the injury that has derailed him for nearly 2 months. Of course, right before the All-Star break, he was traded from Brooklyn to Phoenix. It was his third time requesting a trade since this past summer. This time, it was honored by the Brooklyn Nets after Kyrie Irving was traded, of course, to Dallas. KD had a very impressive debut considering he had been out for so long. 23 points, very efficient. I think he had 2 assists, 2 blocks, and I think 6 rebounds. And, if it wasn't for the fact that KD has missed so much time, KD would be an MVP candidate this year, even though he's only played in like 40 games or so. This year, he's averaged 29.5 points, 6.7 rebounds, 5.2 assists. He has shot 56.1% from the floor, which is very impressive considering that, he's more of a mid-range master. He's not a guy that takes it to the basket much anymore at all. He's shooting 37.8% from three-point range after a slow start earlier this year. And he shoots 93.4% from the charity stripe and has a 60.9% effective field goal percentage. And his PER rating this season is 26.5. Matter of fact, I want to look at some advanced metrics right quick when it comes to KD. And I want to show you how his game has evolved a bit over time. See if I'm looking at the right stats here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Trying to look at this, if I can find the right one. Here we go. If you look at his field goal percentage by distance, this year KD is making 81% of his field goal attempts from 3 feet in. He's making 61% of his field goals from 10 feet in, and from 3 feet to 10 feet, 61%. From 10 to 16 feet, 60%. From 16 feet out to the 3-point range, 54% shooting. And of course, he's shooting 37.8% from 3-point range. But the 54% that he's shooting from 16 feet to from 3-point range is phenomenal. and he has. You can tell this guy's really worked on his game, his shooting. Really, you could mark it. He was great in OKC, but he's really improved since he went to Golden State. The last year he was in OKC, from 16 feet to 3-point range, he was shooting 45.5%, which is great. But if you go, let me see if I can find something out here. Since 2016-17, he has shot 53% from 16 feet to 3-point range and 39% from beyond the arc. But the mid-range game is what really impresses me. And another thing that has occurred is that as he's gotten older, more and more of his shots are jump shots. He doesn't go to the basket as much as he once did. The most he ever went to the basket, and it would make sense because the game, he had all these shooters around him, Curry, Clay, and so more opportunities to the basket were presented to KD. 2016-17, 27% of his shots came from the basket to 3 feet. This year, that's down to 12%. 12%. And, as a consequence, when you look at his field goal percentage of 56%, that just goes to show you how great a jump shooter he is. I just had to bring that up there. I don't think this guy gets enough credit for how great a shooter he is. Honestly, even though people like to anoint Curry as the greatest shooter of all time, Kevin Durant really has a case. He really does. He's a 49.9% career shooter. And the rate that he's going to eventually surpass 50%. Because the last time that he shot under 50% in the season was 2011-2012. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 years in a row, KD has shot 50% from the floor or better. And this year he's going for a career high of 56%. But anyway, KD has an argument, man. 49.9% shooting from the floor for his career, 38.4% for his career 3-point range, and an 88.6% career free throw shooter. As tall as he is, he's phenomenal. But anyway, let me get to the point of this video. Does his presence on the Suns make them a super team? I'm seeing people saying that, right? And I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying I don't see how they're a super team this year. Yes, they went to the finals in 2021. Yes, they won 63 games last year, a franchise record. But this year, they're clearly not the same team that they've been the last few years, right? They're clearly not. Before KD went there or got there, they were 33-29. I mean, it's only 4 games above 500, right? They're clearly not what they once were. And also, Chris Paul is no longer the perennial all-star that he had been before. I don't believe Chris Paul was an all-star this year, right? He's definitely on the downside of his career. DeAndre Ayton is a really good player. Really good player. But this season, he was not an all-star. Now, the numbers are okay. 18.7 points, 10.2 rebounds. They're indicative of a player who could be an all-star, but he was not an all-star. Okay? Now, when you go to Devin Booker, 26.8 points, 4.6 rebounds, 5.7 assists. Now, he has been an all-star the last 3 years, but this year he was not an all-star. So KD technically, even though he didn't play in the all-star game, he was voted, he's the only all-star on this team right now. And there's nobody on this team that's won a championship, right? So I don't see how this is a super team. Now, I will agree that if Kyrie Irving joins this team in the offseason, if he were to join them and team up with Booker and KD and Chris Paul and the other guys, then yeah, I think they would constitute a super team then. More than likely they'd be a super team. Two guys in their primes, phenomenal players. Devin Booker is a potential all-star, and probably playing with those two guys, he would probably he'd be even more efficient. Even though Chris Paul's falling apart, he could still run a team, even if his offense is falling apart and he doesn't score or move the same way he once did. But the Phoenix Suns still lost some pieces. You know what I'm saying? They lost, what is the guy named? Mikal Bridges. He was a very good player for them for many years. They lost Jay Crowder, even though he didn't play at all this year. He's with the Bucks. They lost some other guys. What is the guy named? The dude looked like Redman. Didn't he go to the Hawks or something? Johnson something. So they've lost some pieces. So I don't know if I would call Phoenix a super team this year. But I could be. I mean, it's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that Phoenix is a super team with Kevin Durant? Give me your opinions in the comment section.